Hi everyone! Welcome to Lunch Hour Lessons with Allison. I'm Allison Mädl and today is November 6th, 2019. For the past year, every Wednesday, I have come to you to introduce a topic related to nutrition and health that I think is interesting and give you a lesson to take with you into your daily life. Well, today is going to be my final lunch hour lesson, and the topic is Nourishing a New Mother. Many of you know that I am pregnant, but for those of you who didn't, now you know. I'm in my third trimester of pregnancy now, and I'm looking forward to welcoming our little one in mid-December. Do you want to see my bump? So here's the little one. Yes, I don't usually stand up during these, but people have been asking, so it is going to be a very exciting time. And for my last lunch hour lesson, I wanted to focus on some of the questions that I've gotten surrounding preparing for childbirth and also preparing for the first 40 days after the baby makes its way into the world, a period that some people are calling the fourth trimester. At my recent baby shower, I received a book called The First 40 Days, The Essential Art of Nourishing a New Mother. And it's by Heng Wu, and I wanted to do a little book preview for you today because I found the book really interesting and it gave me a lot of perspective on what to expect right after giving birth and then in that for 40 days after that. And so the author describes how the practice of mother and baby dedicating a period of time to staying fairly isolated after birth is a common practice in many cultures around the world. And it's particularly common in the Chinese culture, which is her background. And this time of semi-isolation is spent with mother and baby resting together, learning to breastfeed, leaving the bed as little as possible, staying warm, and eating, as she says, healing soups, stews, replenishing meals and snacks, and warming, calming, lactation-boosting teas. Traditional cultures actually all around the world recognize that, and she quotes again, a dedicated time of postpartum recovery could help keep future illness, and equally important, depression, at bay, which I found really interesting because the concept of just resting in quite a restricted way for the first 40 days after birth, to think that that could actually have a significant impact on my and the baby's well-being in terms of immunity, and then also in terms of hormonal health, which is what depression, anxiety are based on hormonal health, that could kind of help alleviate some of that. So that was really interesting for me. And then I noticed that in our fast-paced culture in the United States, women often really do feel the pressure to get up and get out as soon as possible after birthing their child. And they feel like they need to start losing the baby weight right away and in general, keep life moving pretty much the way that it had been moving before pregnancy or even before the birth. But Heng Wu, the author of this book, explains that the way that women take care of themselves in this short postpartum period can actually affect their hormone balance positively or negatively, and even set the stage for menopausal comfort or discomfort later in life, which again was really surprising to me, the thought that the way that we take care of ourselves after we give birth to a child could actually influence our menopausal comfort. And oftentimes women may feel as if they really need to bounce back really quickly after birthing. And it is common for only later to suffer bouts of anxiety, depression, insomnia, and fatigue. Those are all quite, unfortunately, common events. And those can last well after the baby has established good sleep and nursing habits. So it's not always related to the fact that they're just not getting much sleep because they're learning how the baby is needing to eat and needing to sleep. So after reading this book, I really recognized that women's postpartum bodies need to rest and recover much longer than I had thought was necessary in order to preserve good hormone balance into later years of life, and also to keep unwanted symptoms at bay. And it does make sense that my body, which has been undergoing dramatic changes in these past months of pregnancy, really needs a period of at least a month to rest and transition into the next stage. I mean, just all the changes that happen during pregnancy do take quite a while to gradually grow the baby, and the milk production starts and all of this. It is a gradual procedure, and to think that we can just bounce back immediately afterward is kind of, now I'm realizing, a little bit ill-advised. So, or even not even natural. So she also talks a lot in the book about creating what she calls a nest that I and the baby can snuggle into for this recovery time, basically protecting the environment around the new mother and the baby by not allowing any unwanted, even sometimes unwanted visitors, because a lot of times after the baby's born, everybody wants to see the baby, and it's fine to allow particular people to come if you'd like, but the thought that it's an open door and anyone can just come and go can be overwhelming for both mother and the baby. And also, I'm going to try not to put any pressure on myself to start doing things like lots of housework or cooking or taking care and entertaining of guests. It's going to be helpful that for me, it'll be the middle of winter when I give birth. And so the weather is going to be quite conducive to kind of cocooning up inside and watching the snow fall through the pines outside our window. So I don't think I'm going to feel like getting up and getting out. So I think that's going to help me a little bit. And to make this kind of nesting period even more doable, she talks a lot about recipes that you can prepare ahead of time that are easily frozen, that you can pull out and have whoever is helping the nursing mother in that first 40 days prepare, and easily kind of, even visitors can easily prepare. So if you or someone you know is pregnant, I'd really encourage purchasing this book. It's an interesting read, and I really enjoy the idea of giving myself some permission to rest. So that sounds really good to me. That is all the time we have for today. Be sure to tell a friend this week's lunch hour lesson, which is, after childbirth, resting early will prolong health later. Again, after childbirth, resting early will prolong health later. And I have a little thing I want to say at the end here. It is good to remember that I've posted all 52 now of my lessons on my blog, which is at AllisonMädl.com, and you can refer back to those. It actually has a blog transcript, and then at the bottom has all the videos listed. So if you just go to AllisonMädl.com, at the top you can click on lunch hour lessons, and they're all listed there. If you're wondering, like, what was the supplement that Allison talked about, or what did she say about sleep? I've done lots of different topics, basically everything I can think of to share with you. So even though the baby's coming, I thought it was sort of a natural time to, do a year of these and archive them all on my website. So each post is just its own little encapsulation of a nugget of information that I've learned over the years and wanted to share with you. So I encourage you to go right now and take a look at that and see what it is and bookmark the page so that you can come back to it later. I will be updating my Facebook page here and there with different interesting articles or things that I have for you. And I've really enjoyed sharing my knowledge and communicating with you over the past year. You can feel free to ask questions or interact with me on my Facebook page anytime. So it's been a pleasure, and I really look forward to the next things that are coming. And thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.